Hello everyone, I'm Robin with robinswreathery. Let me just see if we can pull up the feed. So if you have any questions, I can answer them. Okay. I hope you're all having a good day. There we go. Alright, we found one. Let's see if we can get the other. We'll go out and go back in. There we go. Hey Dawn. Hey Judith. How are you? We're going to be working with our new pumpkin trio today. Blessings, thankful, and grateful. Now this is the top and this is the back piece. So in order to paint this brown, I just painted half of the pumpkin on the inside. Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to paint these, but what we're going to do first, these come with little hinged stands, which you have to put these two pieces together first, the side and the back, and before you glue on the last piece, you want to put this in place. So we're just going to do that so while we're working it sets up. Y'all having a good day so far? All I do is put it on the sides and the front there, and then you match up your little, come on, there we go. So see, it just creates that free like hinge area. So we're going to let that dry over here, okay, while we're working. That way that will be ready to glue on the back. Now with these pumpkins, we have the 3 sizes, and I don't know, I'm going to bring you in, see if you can see it better. There is a line that goes right up the middle here. So I'm actually going to be painting one side one color, the other side another color. So I want to use my painter's tape for this. And I'm going to get that right on that line. On all 3. Oh no! I'm sorry to hear that, Dawn. I used to suffer from those, and I know how debilitating they could be. My mother spent most of her life suffering with those. You want to make sure you push it down real good on that line so you don't get any paint underneath. Yeah, she would actually have to get physically throw up to feel better. So when we were kids, if you were told to run for the bucket, you knew a migraine was coming on. And then she just laid in a cold, dark room for hours. So I know. I used to suffer with them before I got pregnant with my first child. And then after I had him, they stopped. But now he gets them. So poor kid. So I'm going to use this French linen on one side. So that's what we're going to be doing with this one. And I'm going to use my dabber. And I broke out a new one for this one because sometimes as they get older, they get real soft and floppy and they get in the cracks. So I'm going to do it this way to see if we can eliminate it getting in the cracks. So I'm going to go around it gently. If you get some in the cracks, you can just use a dry paintbrush to pull it out, or a Q-tip. But see, like I said, if you have a newer one, they're spongier and they sit up off the letters. So I really like that. We went through a lot to get this design perfect. By perfect, I mean make it easier on us and easier on you to paint it, and not have a bunch of little pieces that you have to worry about. We also used to use an ice pack on the back of our neck, Dawn, at the base of your neck. It will pull the blood vessels off the forehead, and that should help some. Did you get your second package, Judith? Just curious if you got it already. Okay, let me just make sure I'm not missing any comments over here. I feel horrible because I've had people messaging me. I can see their message, but when I go back to respond, it won't let me get to the message again. Thank you, Dawn. I really appreciate that. Because it's just me now, so there's no one to help with the sharing. I'm just checking to make sure I got everything. So see, there's the word blessing, which we went through several of them till we got it the way we wanted it, the thickness, the depth on the words. We tried everything. And this was the final result of many. So I think that looks good. So let's just pull this off and leave it on the side here, because I can reverse it over here when that dries and then paint this side. So we're going to do thankful. Look at how that's coming out. We have been really swamped with pencil orders and bus tags. We have been busy. Is that a piece of thread? There we go. Great, thank you. I hope your hubby isn't saying, oh no, another package. That's a good idea. Great idea, Dawn. I got little on there, so I am going to get my picker and just scrape some of that out. There. Geez, get it on the counter, why don't you? There. This is one I use with my Cricut. It's not a Cricut, but it's like a Cricut. Might have to get my hair dryer just so we can get this dry in time. the last one here. You are so welcome. I forgot that the last couple of times. Like, don't forget. Yeah, the wooden beads are nice to put on the bottom of the centerpiece rail as feet if you want. It's nice because that way anything you tie underneath it stays above the table and doesn't scratch it. Let's see, I'm getting up close to the letters. Hi, Nanny Dot. There. Like I said, we really struggled with this set to get it just right. So let's let that dry for a minute. We'll put that in water because we're going to use a different color. I did want to show you we had to go back to the drawing board with the little pumpkin because it snapped. So the wood we were using was too thick. Some of it was okay, but others were just like brittle and snapped. So we went with a smaller, not as thick piece, and voila. So we can now put that in our centerpiece from the other night. I kind of like that white pumpkin in there, so I think I'm going to leave that white pumpkin in there just as something a little different. And then I'll put some of this inside here and then use the little tea light in there also. So there is our, why is that in there? Wait a minute. I'm thinking, what the heck? Oh my. So there is our centerpiece from the other night. We got a few pieces that got dislodged here. But doesn't that look so cute? Hey, Nanny Dot's over there now. I just love this. I mean, this darn tray was only $5 at Dollar General, and I think it's really cute. And like I said, we've got lights in here. I don't know if they'll show. We've got the little leaf orange lights in there. We've got that garland from Hobby Lobby. We've got some pieces of picks and leaves and berries. And then we can put two little tea lights in there and bury them under. I know, right? This blue is called Tuscan Teal, and I got it at Walmart. I love it. Let's see if I can. This one works sometimes, doesn't. I have to get a new set. But that is our farmhouse centerpiece that we made the other night. I know. It does. It just makes it pop. I didn't finish the leaf, but when I get that finished, then I'll take a whole picture. And I'm telling you, if you have pumpkins the end of the season that the stem is still good, put it in a paper bag and save it for next year. People are selling real pumpkin stems on Etsy. I lie to you not. I could not believe that when I saw it. So when the first grandchild breaks the stem of one of my new pumpkins, then that's gone on that pumpkin. I'm going to hot glue it on there. But I really like how that turned out. I'm really happy with those. The pattern actually had both pumpkins the same size, but I like the variation in size. I think it makes the tray. Alright, so let's see if we can paint the other side. I'm going to be real gentle in placing it because I know it's still a little tacky. But keep your fingers crossed it doesn't pull it up. Now what I'm going to do is use I'm going to use orange on this one. This is my orange paint from last year. This came from Lowe's. And I'm not going to do the, I think I'm going to do up to the stem. I'm not going to do the stem. And I'm going to paint the stem like a dark color. You can also go back and put another coat. Like I said, that was the French linen chalk paint from Home Decor. I got that at Hobby Lobby. My friend Kat did this design, and I just tweaked it a little. She actually, when she painted hers, had a second or another strip down here, and then she did a variation of the orange, like a lighter shade. So she went from dark to light. Yeah, that teal does make it pop. And now I wish I would have got a second jar of it. Because since I've had it, I've used it a lot. Every time I shake the lid, I get paint on the lid, so I might as well take advantage of it. Just making sure. Let's see. Okay. Just want to make sure I wasn't missing any comments. One poor lady, for over a week, she's been trying to find my in-home shop, and I cannot respond to her. And I have no idea why. She probably thinks I don't care. And that's furthest from the truth. We actually have an old one-room schoolhouse, or the third house up from that, the old Newman School, and everybody around here should know that because it's been around for so long. Okay, let's see if we can do this without pulling any paint off. Ooh, yes. Okay, now let's look at the full effect. I already went ahead and stained the back of these. But look at that. Isn't that beautiful? See that dimension in there? Whoa, I love it. Alright, it may need another coat. So, alright, we're going to do the thankful. And we're going to do this in teal. That teal. I love that teal. Oh, what am I doing? Using the, don't want to use the painted side. I'm going to get that edge down tight. And I don't know, what color should I paint the last pumpkin? Yeah, I had that mixed. It's actually called Autumn Russet. So there's a satin base and there's numbers on here, but I really love that. I had to mix it up. I just squeeze it up to the top and dip it in. I'm lazy. Judith, have you tried one of the dabbers yet? Have you done? Ooh, that's a good idea. I like that idea. Dawn, burgundy would look nice. I just don't know if I have burgundy. I'd have to look. Maybe I do. And you know what? I might have bought one when I went this time because I couldn't remember what colors I needed. And then I just said, think fall, think fall, think fall. So, okay. Crystal, good, yay! Woohoo! Alright, let me see if I have burgundy in the bag. I just might. Actually, it's like a barn red. I don't know. What do you think? What do you think of that? It's kind of like a burgundy, isn't it? Can you see it? We could try a little bit of it. Uh-oh, I'll have to clean one of my dabbers. Let's wipe the first one because that just had like that cream on it. And I can get that off. Just throw those in there. We don't need those anymore. Let's see if we can get that out of there. Yeah, it kind of does look like a burgundy. Alright, we'll try that one. That is a great idea. That's why I love it when you're on. All my helpers. All my good friends. Alright. Let's go ahead and tape this off. And I like that this pinstripe is very small. It's not fat. It's easy to find and you don't get any paint in there. Alright, let's try this. Oh, I got a bunch of paint in the lid. What do you think? Yes? Should we try it? Let's go for it. Oh man, did I get it in the lid? Oh geez. I look good with the brown underneath. I actually use the home decor wax, the antique wax. That's what I covered the underside, the back side, the hinges with, everything. And I will also do the stem in that color. And we are almost done. I may have to go back afterwards and do like a second coat of these dark colors, because I can see it's a little blotchy here. Or I can take the wax and go back over it and kind of antique it. There. Now I'm really going to have to be, well, I think I'm going to have to get a paintbrush out here. I got a bunch in a lid, and we do not want to waste it. Because we may need it. All right. There we go. Now, we are going to do the stem. And I'm going to use a little Q-tip. Doesn't that look cute? I'm going in the direction of the green. The green's going this way. It just lends itself to a more even tone when you do it that way. And see, you can get pretty close to the paint job. I know, right? That was an awesome idea. And look how long it took. Like, it really didn't take any time at all. There's not a lot of detailed painting here. It's just a matter of using a pretty new dabber. Now, if I wanted to lighten this up, I can do this to pull some off. I could sand around the edges if I wanted. I could take a little water and pull more off too. But I kind of like that shade. And then just toss your Q-tip. So, now, I won't glue the backs on them till after we're all done. But let's go ahead and glue them in place, because we're going to decorate the top. I have a bunch of things here, so we want them together. Alright, so I'm going to use my Stick Fast CA Thick glue. I'm just going to put a little bit around the edges. And I'm holding it by the sides because of the paint still kind of drying. Now, if this was dry, I would put this on top or something heavy for it to set up. So there's one. And see how that shows through? Look at that linen. Isn't that adorable? Oh man. And I have a surprise to show you. Actually, a sneak peek. Because you're on here, you get the sneak peeks. Now, I have these Italian clothespins, and I just absolutely love them. They work on everything. And you can leave them out all year, they don't rust. So I'm actually going to put this probably right about here. That really needs to be there. I can always touch it back up. And then we'll glue the last one. And I love this cap. It just goes on. It just stays in place. I haven't lost it yet. That one's pretty good. Alright, so let me get my sneak peek for you. Wait a minute, where'd I put it? Oh, darn. There it is. Okay. This is my up-and-coming Jingle Bells door hanger. You are the first ones to see it. But we mask it. And we mask it so you can go ahead and paint it ahead of time. I will not be painting this part because this part actually has letters to be glued on. But I painted this morning. Just the black part. So now I'm removing the tape to show you how simple. I just used a paintbrush and just got it all over the tape. There's a little piece here I have to get up. There we go. I was afraid the tape wasn't going to come off because we made this a couple weeks ago and I've had it sitting on my desk with things piled on top of it. And I'm like, no, if that tape doesn't come up, I'm in trouble. Don't tell me I'm in trouble. We're going to use this. There we go. It's kind of like a cricket. You're going to have to sit there and pick. I love these tools. Yep. We're going to have to sit and pick. That'll give that a good chance to dry there. This is going to be so cute. Wait till you see the bottom. I'm just revealing this part. But this design you're going to love. This tape just makes it so much easier to paint though. Because then it doesn't matter if you get any on the board because the tape is going to keep it off the board. There's a little piece there I'm going to have to fix. No biggie. Next time he needs to use the all-in-one, not sections, but we didn't have it at the time we did this, so let's get rid of some of this. But if I have to go back, I can do a fine-tooth paint marker because I'm going to have to fix that. But when you see all this put together, plus we have ribbon in the shop that actually has the notes for Jingle Bells. So I just thought I'd give you a sneak peek while that's drying. You could use tweezers. And I don't know that he went deep enough, so on the next one, we need to go a little deeper with the cut. This is why I do everything before it goes out the door. Because I know what you guys like and what you don't like. And if it doesn't work for me, it's not going to work for you. So, we have a lot more Halloween and fall and Thanksgiving coming up before you'll see this one. But I thought I would give you a sneak peek. These are the notes to Jingle Bells. I had a woman on Etsy. I told her I wanted it wavy. She did an awesome job. I also ordered a couple more Christmas songs off of her that are going to go on door hangers. So this is not the only one. It's just, I kind of like it. Tacky like that, but I may want to smooth it out. But this is called masking. See, because you got a little circle here. You've got these little areas in here. I am loving it so far. Surprised this really came up good, considering it's been sitting for a couple of weeks. I'm really impressed. Just a matter of picking and pulling. Okay, that needs to be just a little bit deeper. I don't know what I have, Dawn. Lots of problems. That's what I got. And this tool really makes it easy. There was some tape that used to be able to just put a piece of duct tape over it and it would just like pull everything off in one sweep. But I was afraid to do that with this. I thought, no, because if it doesn't work, we got a mess on our hands. I pity my husband who has to kind of figure out where the design is and mask it before he cuts it. But I think when you see this whole thing put together, you are going to love it. Maybe you could just lift a corner and then put more tape on it and pull everything at once. go. Little piece in there. And then we can pull this off because I'm not going to do the letters because we have letters to put on top. That's still got a lot of stick to it. Come on. There we go. Then there's a bottom section. There's jingle bells up here. There's some more stuff down here. I know I'm teasing you. I may just, you know what? I'm going to leave that on the letters because I'm going to paint this up here. And let's just leave it over the letters. Why not? That's what we'll do. Alright, so you kind of got the gist of it. How easy it is to paint. And then just pull off. Thank you, Judith. I'm telling you, this took a lot of time. I'm so happy with it. Alright, so these are our little hinges that are going to go in the back here, but we're going to take these now and we're going to jack them up. So we've got all kinds of things here to jack them up. All right, what I'm going to use though, the garland that we used the other night, we're going to use some more of this because I thought this would look really nice in here and make it look farmhouse. Today's a better day. I feel like I got my mojo back. Jeez. So I'm going to trim off because we don't want all this excess. So what I'm thinking, and I may go ahead and trim it some more because they're not that big, so you don't need a whole bunch of stuff on here, but we kind of want to dress it up. But I thought about adding this ribbon. Now I've folded it in half. It just kind of matches this and the underside there. So let's pull it tighter. There. My scissors. Uh-oh. I don't want to have to use my good ones, but I might. I guess I have to. Oh. Alright. I'm gonna dovetail it gently so I don't ruin my good scissors. I love these scissors for getting in little areas. Alright. So, got that on there. We could add some twine to really make it look farmhouse. Let's see how that looks. Yeah, I kind of like that effect, how it's coming out from the back. Alright, I'm going to add a piece on either side of the boxwood. So let's make some room here. Put that there. Then we could, if we wanted to, even add some of this in there. But I'm not sure that's what I want to do. But I'm thinking I'd like to put some of this in there. Just a little sprig. And then I have some acorns here. So let's go ahead and add an acorn. What the heck? Might as well. So I kind of like that little arrangement. Like I said, we don't need it to be too big. And let's possibly throw one of those in. Now the whole reason I'm piling it up here, because I'm actually going to lay this all on top of here, and then we're going to try and get it in the rope and twist it around a couple of times. I'm going to plug in my glue gun just in case. Go. Okay, what was I doing? Okay. Can go over there. That can go there. This can go here. See what I'm doing? I'm trying to wrap this all in this rope. A couple of times like that. Because I'm actually going to take it down, around, and up, come back up and tie it, and take it back and tie it at the back. So that's plan. Now whether we get it right is another story. So I'm going to glue this in there. Just a little bit. And I'm going to glue the bow on top in the middle. And then wrap around one more time. And come back up and just make it really tight. Okay, that came out. We're going to have to glue that there. And I think we're going to use another one. On this side. And just put a spot of glue back there. And let that sit a second. I am trying so hard not to burn myself. Oops. Don't know where that one came from. So the idea is to take this around the back, come up the front, and take it around the back again on this side. That's not working. So we're going to get a new piece. I'm going to reposition this before I tie it down. And then I'm going to kind of glue that to the back. You could create a bow with raffia. There's so much you could do with this. Get that back in there. I think we need a little fuller piece right over here. Right there. Isn't that cute? Now, don't glue your clothespin to the back. Oh my gosh. Do you believe it? Ay, ay, ay. I don't know what my problem is. Alright, now we're going to glue this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of position this about where I think would be the best place for it to go. And I think about right there. So it looks to me as though it can stick below the back side about a good 1/4 inch. So I'm going to try and score this a little bit so I know where I'm going with it. Okay, because I don't want to mess it up like I just did. Alright, so I said about a 1/4 inch below. So it looks like right at there's like a scallop here on the end. So if you get your scallop, the bottom of the pumpkin right on that scallop, there is plenty of room. So we're just going to let that one sit a minute. I don't want to raise it like that, do I? There. This one I'm definitely going to paint again. That to me came out too blotchy. So while that's drying, we'll work on the little one. Because I think that needs more. Just a little bit in the light areas. Now I don't have to go all the way over. I can just get the areas, and if I wanted to make it smoother, I can do that. And I think it needs just a little bit more right there. Thank you. You guys are awesome. Just going to put a little more paint on there. and then spread it out. And I may go back and antique some of this. I think that would be a great idea, just to make it look more farmhouse. And now that I'm looking at this, I think this needs more too. Oh no. So we can work up a little arrangement on the side, and then I'll put it on when it's done drying. Yeah, this is a really dark color, so sometimes with the dark you have to. Well, we got water in there. How did I get that on there? There we go. That looks better. Much better. I tend to be, it's my downfall. I hate that. Alright. So actually, no, I don't want to turn that over because it's wet. There is, where did I put it? I had another, here it is. This is real pretty too. But that looks really, we'll just stick with what we got, make them all the same. Excuse me. Don't need a real big bow for these two because they're really smaller than the other one. Thank you, Sherry. Now, let's see what it looks like with some raffia on here. Because we can always go back and add it to the back of that one. But for this, we don't need that much. I think I kind of like the raffia compared to the twine. So we may have to go back and fix that one. Alright, so we have our Hobby Lobby garland. It lends itself to just about anything. And then we have our darker looking boxwood. And what else do we use? We use this. cutting this down real far so it doesn't look like two pieces, that it came from the same branch is what I mean. And we need an acorn. And what else did we use? That's about it. So let's get a piece bigger. That blue is Tuscan teal from Walmart in the crafts section. We got it that time. I'm going to go ahead and knot this, and I think we're just going to glue it right to the front. And then get our little acorn in there. And then we're going to glue it right on there. And there's number 2. And then we're going to do the same with this one. We're going to have it go right to the edge. This curve right here, see it? We're going to put that right at the edge and about in the middle. So we're just going to score some middle lines there. Put a little glue. And make sure this goes down to about right there. Alright, let's let that dry. How are we looking on time? We're getting there. We're close. That was a little darker. You know what? I have this too, which I only have one of, so let's make one a little different. So let's pull off some of the glue. I don't know where that came from. I'll tell you, Facebook is dead. There's nobody. not a shame. It's all about the mighty dollar. Changing that. Thank you. You know, I want it to be like I want it, so you guys won't have any issues, right? So, just going to glue this together. I'd want stands. Come on. I'd want it to stand upright. There we go. Alright, let's build one real quick, and then I promise I'll let you go. And some raffia, which we have right here. I'm pushing this in a little further because this pumpkin is a lot smaller than the other ones. I don't need it as big at the top. I had to play with that one. I'm not too liking the size. There. Well, these two should be able to fit up. Yep, low battery. Okay, let's take this out of this. I know, you are so true. Okay, they need to go up a little higher so it can tilt more. So I would definitely go up and touch that to the end, and then it should be good. But in the meantime, you could just add pumpkins in there. You could add greenery in there. No, I wouldn't add pumpkins. No, not pumpkins. Maybe like some flowers or something in there, just a few. Or we could go back to using this. And throw some tea lights in there. See how simple that looks? And then throw a burgundy one in there. Look at that. Look how simple and elegant that looks. Isn't that cute? That tray came from Dollar General. I actually bought that one and this one on the same day because I was going to actually make a Farmhouse tier tray out of them. And I never did because we have tier trays now. So I actually said that would lend itself perfectly to that. And it does. And actually, put this in here too. Just real simple like that. See? You don't need a whole lot because this is going to carry the weight of the design. But you just want a little something in there. I'm going to have to fix my things. I didn't get enough of a slant on there. But you get the gist of it. And actually you could just have these laying on a mantle or a table or whatever. I mean, these are just very simple to do. You don't even have to do all we did up there. I mean, look at how, just how country and farmhouse that looks. But like I said, I need these back about like that. So I'm going to have to move my little things there. Or, I know what I'll do. I'll just have hubby saw off there, because then I won't have to move them. That's what I'll do. I'll probably end up sawing them off. But see what I mean? Just how simple that is. Perfect. Okay, so we did the hinged pumpkins the other night, and now we did these pumpkins. Perfect. Did you like how that looked? Look at that. That was cute. All right. I will see you all on Wednesday, if not before. And stay safe. I love you all. All right. Have a great week.